Hi, I'm Dennis Hanson, and this is my Triumph Speed 4. Alright, so today I'm going to be putting new seals in my front forks. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is take off these plastic fork protectors. This is a little 8mm. Alright, one of the problems you might have getting this nut off, this cap. So I wound up setting it up in my vise. Make sure you kind of support the other end. And a 27mm and an impact wrench to do the job. Quite a bit of oil draining out. I'm going to let it drain. Then I'm going to take this cap off. Then I can take the retaining clip off. Then I can take the spring off. I'll go through those steps. Alright, when you push the bottom of the fork tube into the upper part, it's going to expose this clip, and this is real, it's pretty important. So yeah, just pull this up a little, pull the cartridge up a little more, you'll be able to slip this nut off. And this is kind of the go between the spring and this cap part. What you can do is grab this cap, pull it out a little bit, and what we want to do next is loosen this, put a wrench on this, and spin this part off. That nut's a 14mm. Take your wrench, just spin this thing off. Gets loosened up, just do it by hand. Then you can take the spring out. There we go. Take the nut off, take the dampening rod out. And we're ready for the next step. Alright, next thing you're going to want to do, take out these two pinch bolts, number 6. Alright, we're ready for the next phase, and that's taking the cartridge out. Two things you're going to need for that. You're going to need this 10mm hex head, and you're going to need this Triumph tool that fits inside the fork leg. That's the part number. Alright, here we go. Holding the other end. Get this one in there. Yeah. There we go. That's all there is to it. So, I've got that bolt that goes through the bottom of the fork, holds cartridge in. I broke that loose. Take the tool out. There's going to be a little bit more oil, and then you can pull the cartridge out. What I'm going to do is get a little screwdriver, and we're going to try to get this little dust cover off. And usually just work around, comes off. That one's pretty much, that's toast. Alright, now we have to, I'll show you a picture of the inside of this. You can see inside there, there's a spring, and we want to save this, so don't mangle it. And let's see if I can pop the other end out. Or maybe not. We'll just keep going around. There it is. Filthy, but there it is. Alright, now that you've got that, you can pull that fork tube up, and we're just going to pop that seal right out. I hope. There it is. Make sure that you get this part out of the bottom too. This is goes on the bottom of the cartridge. Goes there in the bottom of the fork leg, but real important part. You want to kind of pay attention to the way it goes. It goes like that. Alright, so we've got it all apart. We need to thoroughly clean all these parts. I've got to get this new seal in here, and to kind of make it easier, I'm just going to use some Vaseline. We'll start putting it back together. And grab this cup with the ring and make sure that the flange part is facing up so that the holes in the bottom of the cup are exposed. Slip that into the bottom of the fork tube, or to the bottom of the upper fork tube, and then I'm going to carefully slide this in to the fork, bottom of the fork tube, and we should be ready to set our seal. Now in these seals, you'll see that there's like a little spring on one side of it, and usually I have that side up. So we're going to go ahead. Alright, so I took a piece of 1.5 pipe, irrigation pipe, and cut it in half, and you'll see it fits perfect. You can snap it on here. And what I do, I use this as a driver to get that seal down there where it needs to be. And the way that I do that, I lightly tap with a hammer. Alright, so all you got to do, snap those on there, and lightly, and I do mean, don't get too crazy with this, just go around, and you can drive that seal down to where it needs to be. Now, if you keep working with it, eventually you get it down there. It's pretty far down. You can see that it's that far down, so it's, let's see, it's about that far down. So it can go a little bit more. What I tend to do next, when I've got it about that far, is I'll snap this in at the bottom, and then I'll just work around. I'll go around the whole thing with the hammer, just keep tapping it down. Okay, it's down there where it needs to be. So the next thing I need to do is clean up this spring, pop that back in, then I can put the cartridge back in. Alright, so the cartridge is back in. Now what I need to do is put the spring back, dampening rod, all the other stuff. Alright, so 455 milliliters fork oil. Now we're at the critical phase here. Pull that up. We'll run this nut probably about 3/4 of the way down, maybe a little more, because then I'm going to snug it up to the to that other piece. Right there. Okay. And this is the retaining clip. I'm going to put that on right now. Okay. One down on there, and it goes about right. Alright, so I'm snugging that nut to this piece, and I'm going to run this down to where you can tell it was before. Because it's discolored. Actually, I got to leave it out a little bit because I got to screw it down. I forgot about that. Well, I can turn the upper fork too. Alright, here's where you got to compress it a little bit. Last time I didn't have too much trouble, but everyone's different. So, alright, I was able to get it. You have to press down really hard on this piece and then turn the upper fork leg, screw it on. Once you get it that far, then you can use your 27mm socket and snug it down the rest of the way. Alright, it's all put back together. Seems to work good. Thing I have to do now, finishing touch, the dust cover. Let's see if I can snug that down, but that's it. It's not that hard a job. You need the right tools, but if you have the right tools, it's not that bad. So anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.